board. Okay, this is on. Good. I'm gonna entertain myself, and anyone who is within range is gonna have to deal with it. You know I have to see through all these bars that keep you away from me, and I'm slightly off key. But I'm entertaining myself while I'm trapped in my shelf. Shelf? What rhymes with self? Shelf. Well.
Hey,
Hey,
Alden! I
hi.
totally see why they call you a bard now, finally. I've been thinking
Uh,
it was just some weird name you gave yourself. But no,
you,
you're totally a bard.
I'm a captive performer as opposed to a captive audience. There's something to be said there.
Exactly. And I want you to live up to that.
I, I will
I brought more
happily
letters.
continue. Do you have more cider? Because that will definitely help with the captive performer thing.
I do have more cider, if you must.
I mean, I
Here
don't
you are.
must, but it would help. As you can see, I was having a little bit of trouble with my lyrical compositions, finding
Well,
the
you know
right
what
word.
always helps with that? Basically moonshine that's apple flavored. Here you go.
Oh,
I've already had a little. It
oh,
might show.
wonderful! I will catch up.
Well, I'm your only friend, so you have to deal with it.
You are my only friend. That is currently a fact.
I rest my case. Now I'm a lawyer too.
I. Can
Lawyered.
you get me out of here?
No, not that kind of
Uh,
lawyer.
Unfortunate. It was worth a try. Um, I see that you have a sheet of paper in your hands,
I
though.
do. I actually pre-selected the letter this time.
Wonderful. Well, I will let you do the honors while
All
I have a
right.
sip of this tasty beverage.
Let me put on my letter reading voice instead of my prison guard voice. All right. Dear guides, when I first got to my new home, I was kidnapped and almost sacrificed before being rescued and initiated into a watch group. I'm having a
Oh my
difficult
god.
time with this group, though. One of my colleagues got flowers from an admirer, and I immediately felt competitive and have started trying to secure a rich admirer or patron. But why am I compelled to do this? She is flirting genuinely, and I'm just trying to prove something, but to whom? They're making friends, and I'm looking for assets. They're enjoying each other's company, and I'm looking for angles. What am I doing wrong?
I almost also got sacrificed. It was to a river god once. I
River
didn't.
gods. They're the worst.
Right?
One of them flooded my house. Yeah.
I really feel like we have to do something like streamline all this worship that happens. But yeah, no, being sacrificed to a river god, obviously drowning was involved. I didn't drown for
Of
days,
course.
and not even the good way.
I was going to say, might be you after tonight.
Thank not gods, thank the people, that 10-year-old Triton kid. I mean, he did have divine
Of course
powers. He
him.
showed up, and apparently he was there to fulfill some sort of prophecy or whatever.
I know the
Um,
prophecy. It was a real
really?
hot mess, yeah.
Well, I hear he's now working in a kitchen in a pub, and he invented these, like, he took some chicken and, like, you know those bits that get ground up when you're trying to do other
Mm-hmm.
stuff if you're a bad cook?
Yeah.
He found a way to, like, make them into, like, little mini patties, and he would bread them
No
and fry them.
way.
Yeah, they're so popular. If anyone, whoever has been delivering the apples, if you have access to one of those,
We would love
dibs.
some nuggets.
But in terms of advice, competition is not inherently a problematic behavior, but if you don't even know what you're trying to achieve, if you're just competing for competition's sake, it's very unproductive, malproductive. It's bad. It's unlikely that you could find an easy way to stop compulsively feeling like this. Like if you feel like you have to compete with your colleague, but if you adjust what you consider winning the competition looks like, then maybe you can like make it productive.
Exactly. Like every day, I view that I've won because I make it out of bed and into work. So, in a way, I'm actually the one that's winning this life. All those kings and everything in their palaces might think they're winning. But what do they have aside from all the money they could ask for? Super nice clothes, beautiful wives or sexy husbands, depending on your proclivities, and Have I already mentioned their amazing food, their horses, their endless power, whatever? I don't need any of that because I made it out of bed this morning.
I appreciate your dedication to this narrative that keeps you from collapsing.
Thank you. I also appreciate
I
it.
think you accidentally projected a little bit of what you're hoping for and jealous of, but I see what you're doing. It's good.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think there was any of that projection nonsense.
I definitely don't want to unpack this.
One time I had this friend who got scurvy. True story. He cured it by eating a lot of strawberries.
I know this is just the first, like, this is the third time we've done one of these broadcasts together, but the stories that you need to tell a longer story.
Oh. Well, that was the whole story. He got scurvy and
I
cured it with
know.
strawberries. But don't worry, I have a lot of other stories.
Yes.
And one of them actually happens to relate to this letter.
Okay, but that's
First,
perfect.
I want to give my little piece of advice.
Okay.
I need to shoehorn it in there first. The thing I was really focused on, so I do think I know a little something about what this person is going through on a deeper level. So, they're talking about how they were kidnapped and almost sacrificed, and then they were rescued and formed this new group, right?
We've all been there.
Of course. No, we all been there. We all been there. We all handle it a little bit differently, you know, like I handled it by having screaming nightmares, waking up in the middle of the night for weeks on end, but that's all in the past.
I ate that kid.
Some people handle... What?
What?
We're gonna move right along fast now. We're gonna keep on rolling. This person, right? Now they're talking about how they're feeling really competitive. They don't really know what's going on with themselves. Well, to me, this seems like a classic case of the trust issues, right? So they were almost sacrificed, and then they found this new group. Seems to me that it's pretty understandable if they're a little worried that this new group, like the old group, doesn't have their best interests in mind. So maybe they're thinking when this new person is flirting with their rich admirer or whatnot, maybe they need to prove themselves in order not to get left behind and or, I don't know, kidnapped and sacrificed again. But they're feeling a little inadequate. They're feeling like maybe they can't trust the people around them.
That's a good point.
As a chronically single prison guard myself, sometimes the best thing you can do is really just take a minute to work on you. Take a minute, stop trying to get this rich admirer or patron or whatever, because that never works anyway. They just reject your letters and...
Are you crying a little? Is that a tear?
maybe a little one. It's fine. But this is just a great example as to why you shouldn't be doing this and you should just be focusing on yourself, because sometimes you deserve the world.
Yeah, no, that's really good advice, and it sounds like you've been through a lot.
And if you just focus on opening yourself up a little, maybe some people will open back.
I think
it's the moonshine.
this has been a great broadcast. I'm gonna turn the stone off in a minute. I think we should have another drink and talk about that, because it sounds like you're going through something.
That'd be nice.
And then, yeah, let's do that. And anyone else, if you're listening and you want to solve some problems before you get into an alcohol-induced accidental revelation, you can, if you carve it into the heart of a young tree, your letter, as it grows, it will impart itself into the earth, and then that will transmit into my dreams, and I will be able to respond then. So do that. Yeah, refill mine, and tell me everything.
All
and
right.
bye, everybody. Keep an eye out for new episodes on Sundays, and if you want to send in a letter, or if you just want to learn more about the show, head to shadedareas.com.